guys, in this video we will talk about the tankiest and strongest build for the Druid. This build is using the Earthen Bulwark that works as a nice barrier, but it's also our source of damage. This build is using the Nature's Fury. We combine that with some attack speed that will help us to reduce the cooldown on our skills. When we cast 2 Earthen Bulwarks, it will start to explode and deal around 20 million damage every few seconds. This build is extremely tanky, deals millions of damage and is literally unstoppable. So if you want to speedrun through level 70 to 100 maps, then this build is what you want to go for. In this video I will cover the skill tree, Paragon tree, stats on the gears, but first let's jump into the aspects. So for this build we are using one unique item, and that is the Greatstaff of the Crone. This will make a claw skill a storm skill and also cast storm skills. When we cast claw skill, we are dealing storm skills and claw skills, so that's pretty awesome. That will synergize very well with Nature's Fury. When this triggers, and it has a trigger chance of 30%, our non-ultimate cooldowns, so for example our Potion Creeper, Earthen Bulwark, Hurricane and Cyclone Armor, will get a cooldown reduction of 12 seconds. So that means I can cast this one pretty much instant, I can cast Earthen Bulwark instant, I can cast Hurricane instant, almost instant, and I can cast Cyclone Armor almost instant. So this synergizes very well with the Greatstaff of the Crone. To make sure we proc it as many times as possible, we want to increase our attack speed, and this aspect is just doing that. Because the claw skill is a normal attack skill, we want to use the aspect of the might. This will give us 20% damage reduction. Because we are always dealing damage, we want to use the aspect of disobedience. This will give us 50% more armor. And if you did not know, you need around 12,000 armor or 30,000 armor to survive level 100 maps. I'm using Ghostwalker on the boot so I can move through enemies. On helm I use Vigorous Aspect for 15% damage reduction in Werewolf form. So now we are going to use some aspects that will increase the damage of our Earthen Bulwark, which is an Earth skill. On the gloves, Crash Stone Aspect. This will increase the crit damage to Earth skills by 40%. We use Natural Balance to deal more crit damage to Earth skills for another 45%. To increase our Earthen Bulwark damage, we need to get more barrier bonuses. That's the reason why we are using diamond gems. This will give us barrier generation, and this will increase the damage of Earthen Bulwark. You don't want to get barrier generation everywhere. I only have it on the rings. I got it on the helmet, and that's it. For the helm, you also want cooldown reduction to decrease the Earthen Bulwark cooldown, and you also want to use that on the necklace. You also want to use lucky hit chance on the gloves, and we will come back to this later. For the rest, you want to get as much armor and damage reduction. On the rings, you want to have critical strike chance. Of course, barrier generation, damage to potion enemies, since we are going to potion everything, and critical strike damage with werewolf skills. If you have vulnerable damage, that works as well. And another very important stat to have is Envenom. So for the abilities, and we go to the skill tree, you want to get Claw and Storm Strike. This will make enemies vulnerable, and this will increase the chance of attacking twice. You want to max Earthen Bulwark and then go for innate Earthen Bulwark. This will make sure that Earthen Bulwark is gonna explode. You want to get Cyclone Armor and then preserving Cyclone Armor for a 30% damage reduction. Put 1 point in Ancestral Fortitude and 3 points in Vigilance. This is going to give you 15% damage reduction for 6 seconds after casting Earthen Bulwark. Then you want to go down, get Potion Creeper, and then go for Brutal Potion Creeper. Your critical strike chance is increased by 20% against enemies strangled by Potion Creeper. That's going to be amazing and synergize very well with this build. You want to get Hurricane and then Savage Hurricane for 20% less damage. You want to max Crushing Earth, Safeguard and Stone Guard. All of this will give you more damage. Then you want to get Neurotoxin, Toxic Claws and Venom. And this one is very important because it deals massive amounts of critical strike damage. Then you want to go down and get Petrify, and then Prime Petrify. This will deal 50% increased damage to elites. Then you want to put 3 points in Defiance, Natural Disaster, and Resonance, and all of those will give you increased damage as well. You want to get Quick Shift and Heightened Sense. This will give you 12% damage reduction, which is very nice. And of course, Nature's Fury, and this will proc 30%. That's the reason why we want to get as much attack speed as possible. Then we go for the Spirit Boons. I got Wariness for 10% reduced damage from elites. I got Swooping Attacks for 10% attack speed. I also got Iron Feather, 10% maximum life. If you want to deal more damage, you can go for Avian Wrath for another 30% critical strike damage. That's another 4 million. I got Pack Leader. So this is where Lucky Hit Chance comes into play. Critical strikes have up to 20% chance to reset the cooldown of your companion skills. Poison Creeper is a companion skill. Then as last, Calm Before the Storm. Nature magic skills have up to 10% chance to reduce the cooldown of your ultimate skill. Now for the Paragon tree. I'm not gonna go over the whole Paragon tree. I'm gonna show you how I got it. So pause the video if you need to. I will go over the glimpse. I'm using, of course, Territorial. This will give us 10% damage reduction against close enemies. All enemies will be closed in this build. So there you go. Plus, you will deal more damage to close enemies. I got Heightened Malice, of course. This will increase the damage by 45%. Then I put Shapeshifter over here. This will have a 20% chance to cause the skills damage to critical strike. And it also deals more damage to potion enemies and damage reduction from potion enemies. So that's pretty nice. Then I went for Protector. This will give you another 10% damage reduction while you have an active barrier. And you get damage reduction from vulnerable enemies. I got some nice damage knots over there. Then in the inner beast tree, I got Exploit. This will make monsters vulnerable. In the survival instinct tree, I got some damage reduction while fortified, which is cool. I got some damage knots. In the Earthen Devastation tree, I got, of course, the knot as well. And I put Werewolf over here. This will give you 10% damage reduction while in werewolf form. And also it will increase your damage in werewolf form. So what is the skill cycle? First you want to activate Hurricane for the damage reduction. Then when you're close to the monsters, you activate Earthen Bulwark. You cast Potion Creeper to immobilize and make the monsters vulnerable. Hit the monsters with the claw to reset the cooldown and wait, because after 3 seconds Earthen Bulwark will explode. And that is it for this build. Test this build, try it. You only need 5 million damage to one-shot monsters, so you can even do it with crappy gears. This was it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. That will help me to grow this channel so I can continue making videos like this. And then I will see you in the next one.